O God of compassion and celebration, we thank you for bringing us safely to this gathering of recognition and joy. This is a night of both endings and new beginnings, a time for goodbyes and for greetings. We are grateful for the giftedness of Mercy's class of 1990. They have enriched our lives with their enthusiasm, dedication, and their love. Bless them in all their future endeavors. Walk beside them on their journeys along their many paths. May your spirit of wisdom and knowledge enlighten their every step. And bless each one of us here tonight in your holy name, you who have created us in love, redeemed us in faith, and sanctified us in hope. Amen.
Thank you, Father Richard. Your Excellency, Bishop Riley, Sister Mary McCarthy, Sister Judith Carey, members of the faculty, honored guests, members of the graduating class of 1990, parents and friends of Mercy High School, welcome to the commencement exercises for the class of 1990. Before we begin, please note that Kelly Bonner's name was not recognized in the program as a member of the National Honor Society, and the printer apologizes to her. The salutatory address this evening will be delivered by Jennifer Jean Oresco, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Louis Oresco of Portland. Jennifer's grandfather, Joseph Oresco, was one of the three leaders of the original drive to build Mercy more than 25 years ago, long before he could have known the important place the school would have in the life of his granddaughter. Her brother Joseph was the salutatorian at Xavier's commencement last year, as far as we know, the first time that a sister and brother have shared this honor. Jennifer is a 3-year member of the National Honor Society, a 3-year member of SAD, a 2-year member of Student Council, and a 4-year member of the soccer team. She has held many leadership positions at Mercy: Secretary of National Honor Society in senior year, Treasurer of SAD in junior year, representative and executive board member of Student Council, and a leader in the senior peer ministry. Jennifer has been honored with the National Educational Development Test Certificate of Excellence, the sophomore year academic award in Latin, the Holy Cross Book Prize as outstanding member of the junior class, a gold medal and cum laude award in the National Latin Examination, and the French 4 Award for Excellence. She was chosen to participate in the Connecticut Honors Seminar for Distinguished Students at the University of Connecticut and was recently named CIAC Scholar Athlete. At Baccalaureate on Sunday, Jennifer received the Presidential Academic Fitness Award, the Mathematics Department Award, the Bishop McFarland Assembly Knights of Columbus Fourth Degree History Award for the highest scholastic rating in U.S. history, and the Father Butler Scholarship awarded to a student from St. Mary's, Portland. She has also been awarded the $1,000 Italian-American Civil Order Scholarship and the $500 Connecticut Soccer Ambassador Scholarship. Jennifer volunteered as a hospital worker and student tutor. In her parish, St. Mary's, Portland, she is a lecturer at the weekend liturgy. In September, Jennifer will attend the University of Pennsylvania. I am pleased to present Jennifer Jean Oresco.
Welcome, Bishop Riley, Sister Judith Carey, Sister Mary, faculty, parents, family, friends, and classmates to Mercy High School's 24th commencement exercises. A short time from now, the 188 young women before you will leave the school as graduates of Mercy High. Before that happens, I would like to take a moment to reflect on what the Mercy experience has meant to us. Over the last 4 years, we have received one of the finest educations available to a young woman. An educator once said, "You ought not to educate a woman as if she were a man, or to educate her as if she were not." At Mercy, we received the same educational opportunities open to men, but were able to grow and mature in an environment of 750 young women. When people think of the stereotypical girls' Catholic high school, they may envision sewing and cooking classes, with a few real classes of math and science thrown in. However, all our classes were real classes, and we were always pushed to excel. That we were girls was never a factor in what courses or path in life we might follow. We have experienced the good and the bad over the years, and when the bad came, we pulled together the way only Mercy girls can. When tragedy struck so suddenly 2 months ago, the entire school came together to give one another support. This is Mercy at its finest. It doesn't seem possible that only 4 short years ago, we entered this school as scared girls of 14, and now we're ready to lead as young women. Not all of us wanted to come to Mercy, and some, if not all, are sitting here now thinking that in a short time they will be free of school and free to live their lives as they envision them. In a way, this is true. We have matured enough to form a vision of the life we hope to live and to act on that vision. We leave here knowing we can handle difficult situations which may arise in the future. We realize, however, that we could not have accomplished this without the faculty sitting behind me now. Under the guidance of the faculty, we have learned many lessons we will need in the future. Maybe we will never have to know the chemical formula for copper sulfate, but the experience of working to find a solution and doing something you didn't want to is invaluable. The same could be said for Mrs. Waller's 12-page term paper. Why, we asked ourselves, are we being subjected to such torture? She was only preparing us for the real work which lies ahead, although we couldn't see this at the time. We were a class who demanded that our voice be heard, and it was. We had been taught to be leaders and to voice opinions about how we wanted our 4 years at Mercy to be spent. We are starting new traditions here, such as the sophomore class trip, May crowning ceremony, and Arbor Day tree planting ceremony. Along with the new, we continue the old traditions of the proms and trips to Boston and Washington with great class spirit and participation. By voicing our opinions, we took chances. We made many requests, some of which were rejected, but nevertheless, we asked. We had always been taught to take risks and to not be afraid of failure, whether in the classroom or out of the classroom. Failure is a part of life, and learning to deal with it a part of growing up. In the classroom, we had to learn how to handle academic failures. For some, it was harder than for others, but by senior year, I think we can all judge ourselves based on the effort we put into a project. The knowledge that we worked to the best of our ability was as important as the grade in the marking book. We were encouraged to participate in all school activities, to try out for sports teams, and to run for school offices. We didn't all succeed in becoming class president or a member of the basketball team, but we always had the support of Mercy behind us in all endeavors. This year, we had to decide where to apply for college or where to seek employment. Nobody talked about failure then. They only encouraged us to follow our dreams. What we learned about risk-taking and failure can be summed up in the closing words of a poem. I quote, "Don't worry about failure, worry about the chances you miss when you don't even try." At Mercy, we were always encouraged to try. In addition to the academics, we learned about friendship and love. Many of us entered the school not knowing anybody, but we formed many lasting friendships. Through these friendships, we learned to trust and to think beyond our own needs. Not all friendships were meant to be, but hopefully, along the way, we all found some special people we will remain close to forever. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my family and friends for supporting me over the years. Without them, I don't think I would be here now. I would also like to say thank you to the other families. I am sure that your support and love was as valuable to your daughters as the support and love of my parents was to me. As we prepare to walk out of this auditorium for the last time, there is one thing left to be said about mercy. That is, no matter how much we want to graduate and start a new chapter in our lives, we will never truly leave mercy behind. You can leave the building, but mercy is more than the name of a building. It is a way of thinking, a way of acting, and a way of life. The lessons we have learned here about giving and sharing will remain with us forever. They are a part of us. So as we go our separate directions, we know that somewhere there are 4,000 women who share a common tie with us. They are Mercy graduates. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. We welcome this evening as our commencement speaker, Sister Judith M. Carey, RSM. Sister Judy has shared much with the Mercy High community this year, presenting a series of workshops in communication for the faculty and serving as the keynote speaker for Mercy's First Awareness Day. She has also visited the school on a number of important occasions, most recently at our May crowning ceremony and on Ascension Thursday Mass when the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors said goodbye to the seniors. Sister Judy received her Bachelor of Arts degree in elementary education from the Diocese Teachers College in Madison, Connecticut, and Master of Arts in Special Education from St. Joseph's College in West Hartford. In 1977, she received a PhD in educational psychology from the University of Connecticut. Sister Judy is presently a member of the administrative team of the Sisters of Mercy of Connecticut. She has been a consultant to the State Department of Education, associate professor and chairperson in the Special Education Department at St. Joseph's, and director of the Jenkins Center. She is the author of numerous educational publications, a member of almost 24 boards of directors, and a consultant to schools, professional agencies, and parent groups all over the state. It is a great pleasure and a very great honor to welcome as our commencement speaker, a true friend of Mercy High School, Sister Judith M. Carey.
Bishop Riley, Sister Mary, faculty, parents, family, and friends of our very special graduates, and all of you who are guests of the Mercy High School community, and in particular, the graduates of the class of 1990. It is with great honor and pride that I have the opportunity to share this special night with you. Tonight is a night of great joy, excitement, a few broken roses on the way in, and genuine satisfaction, because this is a night of shared gratitude. Initially, I would like to address my comments to the parents and family of the graduates, and then to the administration and faculty of Mercy High School. A few weeks ago, I had the pleasure of meeting with these very special graduates. I asked them if there was anything that they would like me to say. Are you ready? The first thing I must say that they said was to please, as Jennifer very well spoke, say thank you. And so I would like to, at this moment, ask the parents of the graduates to stand. Stay standing. I'd like you to stay standing for just one moment. Stay up there. This is your night too. And to the parents for the sacrifices that you've made, for the belief in the value of the education your daughters have received here at Mercy, and for the support that you have demonstrated. I join with your daughters in saying thank you. Some of your daughters say thank you for letting them come to Mercy. Others say thank you for making them. Thank you. And now I would like to invite the administration and faculty to stand, please. To the administration and faculty, there is due gratitude for the educational program that you have provided. I am convinced of the competence and the integrity of the professional men and women who create the Mercy experience. You have demonstrated a commitment to academic excellence, a belief in a Catholic education, and a value for the dignity of each person. So I join with the graduates and their families in saying thank you for who you have been and what you have given to this class and their families. And now to the graduating class of 1990. I would like to address the remainder of my comments. This is a very special moment for you. When you receive your diploma very shortly, it will reflect that you have met the standards and achieved the necessary requirements to graduate. Simply, you made it. However, I believe this diploma says much more. The diploma you will receive says Mercy High School at the top, and that makes it different. It says that you have been a part of a community experience that has strived to teach and live the experience of the Gospels, that has called you to give service and to be conscious of the needs of others, that has encouraged you to develop who you are academically, spiritually, and socially. And I think we could probably check out that last one with Brother Kelly to see how he did on the social part. It is a community experience that has tried to say that you are very special women, that believed in your potential to be and live the gospel values in a very needy and confusing society. It is this experience that not only taught you facts, but love, forgiveness, compassion, mercy, and justice. Did it help to prepare you for the future? Only you in time will be able to answer that question. As one of your classmates shared at the Senior Appreciation Liturgy on Ascension Thursday, your life as a woman has just begun. As we all know, we live in a time of great uncertainty, great change, times of conflict and doubt, times of societal, ethical, and moral confusion. You are moving into a very fast-paced environment, a fast-developing future. Technology, decision-making, and change will continue to accelerate as never before in history. You will be called to analyze situations, make choices, respond in ways you have yet to know. Thus, I would like to put before you some challenges that are very deeply permeated with hope for you. In the midst of the challenges of our time, I invite you to be three things. To be a maker of change, a participant in creating a new world that rejects violence done to all people, from the taking of a single life to the simple judgments and criticisms that destroy the life within others. To live with a heart that values the beauty and potential of each human being, a heart which has the courage to look beyond exterior differences. And thirdly, I invite you to be transformers, willing to face the crisis that exists in our time, our culture, and in our church. You might ask, how do we become transformers when you walk out that door tonight? You transform simply by who you are, by the values you hold and live, by the love that you give, by the honesty and integrity of you as a young woman, committed to what is true and good, by the courage to stand for what you believe in, despite ridicule, rejection, judgment from your peers, and by taking all the opportunities to move toward using all the gifts that God has given you as a woman in today's church and world. When I met with you, you told me you were a class of new traditions with a spirit, and I quote, a groovy group. And I understand that rain never stopped you. And I beg of you, please don't let anything stop you from continuing to use your creative and energizing power of who you are as a woman, who you can be for yourself, for others, and for your God. The world needs you. We need you to be truly a woman that is fully alive Christian woman. And as I promised, it would be short. And finally, in this season of Pentecost, which we have asked the Spirit of God to fill us with energy and love and help us to live as we should live. A common symbol for this season is a dove. And tonight, I think we position you as a dove in our hands. The majority of significant people in your life are in this room right now. Some of us want to keep our protective fingers around you and not let you go. But tonight, we are called to let you go. We let you go with hearts filled with hope and trust that you will be all that you are called to be, that you will be all that you hope for yourself. So let you go, we must do. And in this letting go, we send you away with a promise. A promise that comes from the Mercy High community, your families, your friends, and a promise that joins with your classmates as they sang with all their hearts at that giving thanks liturgy on Ascension Thursday. I won't sing it, but I will say it. In good times, in bad times, you can always count on us. We'll be on your side forevermore. God bless you.
Thank you, Sister Judy. Before we begin to award the diplomas, I would just ask that parents taking pictures be cognizant of the 2 video cameras on both sides. They're taking the video for all the graduates. Diplomas will now be presented to the members of the class of 1990 who have successfully completed all requirements for graduation from Mercy High School. We ask you to please hold your applause until all graduates have received their diplomas. Bishop Riley, may I present the class of 1990. Tina Marie Bonjourni. Jennifer Jean Oresco. Carrie Lynn Beckstein. Karen Maraca. Colleen Alyssa Moriarty. Lisa Dawn Turner. Allison Jane Bull. Kristen Ann Semmels. Kelly Ann Young. Robin Ann Burns. Sherry Ann Levesque. Christina Elizabeth Carlson. Melissa Elizabeth Natalie McMahon. Amy Christine Judd. Marinella Aparo. Jill Franco. Catherine Rose Honan. Anya Sarah Horwitz. Rebecca Ellen Jorgensen. Wendy Karen LaRoe. Alicia Jean Veit. Tracy Ann Lyon. Joelle Ann Millardo. Maria Natalina Morello. Jennifer Marie Perez. Julie Lynn Peterson. Linda Carol Bobby. Deanna Emily Sarkon. Lorraine Christine DeMauro. Kristen Rose DiNapoli. Kimberly Ann Handelman. Randa Rita Hojiban. Kimberly Dawn Hunter. Lauren Victoria Goodney. Jennifer Lynn Jorgensen. Darcy Martha Timmick. Francesca Paula Mangiafico. Regina Teresa Massaro. Tara Bridget Murphy. Kimberly Ann Orrell. Denise Giovanna Pasquale. Jennifer Plants. Roseanne Marie Russo. Amy Kathleen Sabrola. Jennifer Michaela Toppy. Elizabeth Vinci. Anna Marie Amenta. Kathleen Mary Brault. Michelle Lynn Chancio. Callie Ann Conway. Yvette Sandra Gonzalez. Vanessa Anahi Gorman. Melissa Ann Gould. Karen Rita Hens. Amy Elizabeth Joel. Kimberly Susan Reardon. Lori Jean Marino. Donna Marie Massaro. Lisa Marie Minori. Michelle Lee Mogilnicki. Mary Helen Palmer. Denise Lynn Luca. Regan Elizabeth Avery. Allison Amy Shank. Rachel Lee Thompson. Jennifer Francine Velarde. Susan Marie Sapia. Silvana Vida Bafumi. Allison Marie Bonfoy. Audra Marie Cardella. Mary Catherine Doherty. Kathleen Mary Unihan. Jeanette Lynn Jahelka. Lori Lynn Lineberry. Patrice Marie Malley. Nicole Mayo. Corinne Alexina McCarthy. Jennifer Sue McGee. Lenore Angela Millardo. Amber Lynn Palm. Jennifer Lynn Pantano. Anna Marie Concetta Patty. Tracy Susan Pira. Kimberly Elizabeth Pinto. Erin Kathleen Redican. Excuse me, people, I have to ask you to move and let the graduates go by. They're having a tough time climbing over people. Ushers, please clear this aisle. I'm sorry, parents, we'd all like close-ups, but at this point, we'd like to know when to fall. Kelly, I'm sorry, Kelly Cecile Verdi. Nicole Helene Scamperino. Susan Marie Scarb. Dawn Marie Sweeney. Lynn Ann Tritchler. Megan Elizabeth Dwyer. Elizabeth Cox Feeney. Rebecca Nicole Dawson. Corey Lynn Oresco. Elizabeth Ann Aragoni. Lori Ann Beckman. Marlo Ann Billings. Lisa Kristen Bonnie. Stacy Marie Bourne. Anastasia Marguerite Carrier. Jennifer Lee Catania. Kathleen Ann Daly. Brooke Ann DeMary. Cynthia Yvette Ramos. Sheila Patricia Spate. Shelley Ann Baroni. Erin Elizabeth Dente. Kelly Jean Dunn. Catherine Ann Fagan. Diane Elizabeth Plateau. Sandra Marie Fazzino. Nicole Lee Genero. Christy Ann Hobson. Christine Elizabeth Hunter. Christina Ann Casper. Laura Ann Gerby. Catherine Rose Mancarella. Cheryl Ann Petrella. Rachel Kristen Dalton. Melissa Ann Macrogiannis. Stephanie Diane Petrus. Kimberly Sue Manna. Catherine Quinn Mia. Jennifer April Norcross. Stacy Ann Owen. Jennifer Ryan Cashley. Rosa Regano. Kristen Elizabeth Sennett. Kristen Rose Spencer. Conchetta Stefania Termini. Kristen Jennifer Vitti. Alexis Andrea Vitoska Roma. Lana Willox. Kimberly Marie Antol. Christine Meredith Bottarelli. Lori Lee Brady. Patricia Corridori. Erin Christine Hassett. Michelle Kathleen Gerard. Barbara Jean Kunze. Michelle Lynn Marino. Tammy Lee Casamano. Lisa Marie Von Dasser. Gina Rose Barolero. Alice Jeanette Bergeron. Monica Lynn Zoldak. Michelle Helen Gregorick. Melissa Ann D'Amato. Elizabeth Mary Earl. Jeannie Marie Graham. Kelly Ann Bonner. Kristen Ann Labella. Anita Alyssa Lagana. Silvana Rita Salapia. Rebecca Lynn Spencer. Paula Ann Termini. Kimberly Ann Potts. Donna Marie Callahan. Adrian Casey. Melissa Jo Biberts. Jennifer Helen Eldridge Crandall. Mary Margaret Granahan. Michelle Nicole Holland. Janet Ruth Klein. Jennifer Joan Copen. Elizabeth Francis Malachias. Jennifer Christine Malloy. Jacqueline Stiles O'Neill. Lisa Marie Pandolfo. Maria Antonella Lamari. Agatha Maria Salapia. Kimberly Marie Smith. Lisa Janine Williams. Suzanne Elizabeth Darrow. Jennifer Lynn Johnson. Anne Janine Krupolsky. Brenda Joan Mason. Stacy Lynn McMahon. Linda Sanstefano. Priscilla Mandy Toller. Erin Elizabeth Stankiewicz. Clarabelle Torres. Mary Charlotte Costello. Tina Josephine Aresto. Heidi Frances Bergen. Jennifer Lynn Rich. Renee Lynn Bouchard. Kristen N. Anderson. Congratulations, class of 1990.
It is then my privilege to present to you this evening our Bishop, the Most Reverend Daniel Patrick Riley, Bishop of Norwich. Please stand and greet our Bishop.
Thank you. How sweet it is. We could just sit here for another, what, 6 months and enjoy this experience, but you have things to do, don't you? Well, usually when I come to Mercy, I give a day off, take tomorrow off. And the day after that, if you like. Is that okay, parents? Why not? The day of reckoning will come, however, won't it? Thank you very much, Mrs. Wheatley and Sister Mary McCarthy. Sister Judith Carey, thank you for your wonderful message tonight to all of us, our graduates, our parents, our faculty and administration, Father Cottarelli and Sisters of Mercy, members of the administration and faculty, the Advisory Board of Mercy, our priests who are gathered here. Thank you so much, fathers, for showing such an interest in our school and in the students, especially those from your own parish. I'm sure that's very encouraging to them. Severian brothers, religious sisters, the graduates, their parents, families, and friends. Well, I don't know just how I feel. You know, so I have no idea of knowing how you feel. But I do want to say something to you that will be a little bit meaningful. So I'm going to say congratulations, because this is a very, very beautiful moment for you in your life and a moment of achievement. And I can tell that the way some of you took the diploma that you recognized that the moment had come where it became yours. And so it is a memorable moment. You will always remember when you graduated from high school. And you remember the year, 1990. Even in the year 2080, you'll say, I graduated from Mercy in 1990. I don't want to live that long. Well, you never know. They say in the next century, people are going to live to be 120, 130, 140 years old. In good shape, too. So you could be celebrating your 100th anniversary of graduation from high school. And not all in wheelchairs. But I'm so happy for you. I really am. Happy for you because of all the things that Sister Judy said for all of us. Telling us what mercy is about and just bringing that to your mind tonight. And I'm delighted to be part of this very fitting tribute to you. Because this is the day that your school life, your 4 years here, have been directed towards. But perhaps even now, even in the glow of this moment, you realize that it is just a single prized moment. A new beginning that opens out to a wider and even more demanding life for which these 4 years have been but a preparation. And life is always like that. We always have the opportunity to look forward from where we are and to accept the challenge of that future. And I might say that this class here tonight, because you are the graduating class and the culmination of the efforts of this school, you are the reason for which this school was founded. And I was thinking of that in a very special way when Mr. Resco's name was mentioned and Jennifer was giving her salutatory address. That was a dream of his heart when he was involved in the building of this school. And we look forward to new generations, those who are coming along after us. We have to be like that as a human family. We stand on other people's shoulders. We look forward to helping others and being concerned for others. And that's a marvelous experience that you've had here. And I've sensed that every time I've come to your school. You do have a love and concern for others. I'm not saying it's ideal. I'm not saying it's a wonderland. The school lives in reality. But the things that you learn here are so special. And the people you become here with the help of your families, with the help of your church, it's really very beautiful. And that's why I want to savor this moment and hope that you will too. You will become friends here. And you've learned how to care for one another. That's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing to know how to care for someone. And how to support and strengthen each other. I remember the incident that Jennifer spoke of, when you had to pull together because of a tragedy that hit this community. And I remember talking to a young woman from the school the day after the accident happened. And I said, how are you going to handle this? She said, oh, Bishop, we know how to handle that. We're a community at Mercy. And we'll help one another get through. That wasn't something told to her in a special counseling session. That was something that came out of the very life of this school. And she spoke for the whole community. And made me very happy and proud and convinced that everything would be all right. We hope that what Mercy means to you, and it means something special to each and every one of you tonight, that you'll take that with you. Wouldn't that be wonderful? If we could count on the fact that you would take what Mercy means to you with you in a positive way. And this means that you will bring to your future endeavors, whatever they may be, and you're full of dreams tonight, all that you have learned here. What I would call the Mercy experience, its values, its spirits, ideals. All of these will be an integral part of your life. You'll never forget them. They're there and they'll come forth when you need them. But this will take an effort on your part. And I suppose that's what I want to challenge you to tonight. It will call for more than just wishful thinking. It will call for courage, a virtue that is very, very lacking in our society today. We don't have people with the courage of convictions to stand up and say who they are, and what they are, and what they stand for, and why they stand for it. Sister Judy called it. It was the same courage of conviction. According to, you have to stand up and give witness to faith and fidelity in your life. Fidelity. What a marvelous word, and I know you've spoken about it so many times here, but we have to live it. And one of the most beautiful things that you can say about a person is that that person has fidelity. That's a person that you can count on. That's a person that's going to be there. That's a person who has character, strength. You're going to have goodness to be really good people, and generosity. What a marvelous word that is too. To be a generous person. When you meet a generous person, you're never the same. It's so good to know that we have generous people about us. That's what our faculty administration, that's what your parents are, generous people. We wouldn't have this school, therefore we wouldn't have this class of 1990 without generous people, people who care for others. And more often than not, your mercy education will put you at odds with our society, which is more in tune with the materialistic type of lessons. And that material success is all that counts. And it will be hard to resist the pressures of it. Ask your parents. Very hard to resist that. And so we go along with it, and we call that, well, that's being with it. But it's not. It's really compromising who you are and what you are. It'll be hard to resist this pressure, and sometimes it's charm. Because the materialistic message is wrapped in all sorts of charm in our society today. But your happiness will not be found in moral acquiescence or compromise, nor in the alluring role of neutrality, I stand in between. But rather in the faithful following of the deepest convictions and the clearest values and the highest ideals which have become part of you. They are you as you leave mercy, and from them you will come the true peace of heart and lasting happiness and real success that you aspire to tonight. And if you live as you have learned to live here, you will challenge this world of ours, and we have to challenge it. We all do. And we will seek to make it better. Make your world better. However wide that world is, there where you are. You will go out among people too often seen as numbers or faceless masses and make a difference. See, you are not just a class, are you? You're the class of 1990, but each one of you is an individual. And we didn't take these diplomas and say, here, class of 1990, grab one. You were called by your own name. And you came up personally and individually and received that diploma that is yours. Because it belongs to you. And you earned it. And you have a name, and you have a face, and you have a life, and you have an aspiration. So you'll make a difference, for you will be a mercy blessing. All the things you learned about mercy, and how I come here, and I hear Sister Mary McCarthy and so many others talking about what mercy means for us. You will be a mercy blessing, embracing the people you meet in the love that Jesus calls us to. I hope you can do that. The love that Jesus calls us to. Love one another as I have loved you. And that's the key to happiness and success. And this key is firmly in your hand in a diploma that you now hold. So, I suppose those are some of the things I feel tonight about you and for you. But deep in my heart, I want to say, God bless you. As you are very, very special young women. And we need you, and we count on you. So go forth now, ready for the challenge. Cherish what you have become here and what you have achieved here. I congratulate you. I bless you. I wish you well. And I exhort you to be true in every way to your Mercy values and ideals, and to live in all the days ahead, wherever you may be, as women of mercy. Congratulations, and God bless you.
Thank you, Bishop Riley. These past 4 years have witnessed many changes, not only in you, the graduates, but in your school and also in the world around you. Most of these changes, we hope, have been good ones, evidence of growth and development and promise of a fruitful and happy future. When you came to Mercy 4 years ago as bewildered freshmen, Sister Mary McCarthy greeted you as principal. She guided you through that first traumatic year, and for many of you became a friend as well as a mentor. Tonight, as you reach the culmination of these past 4 years of striving and accomplishment, once more she greets you, but this time as graduates and alumna of Mercy. As you move out into the larger world, you will be better able to evaluate the gift that Mercy has been to you, and to appreciate the leadership, dedication, and professional competence which Sister Mary has exercised in her role as principal. In this first year of working as a member of the administration, I've realized more fully than ever the deep care and concern that Sister Mary feels for each of you. So it's with deep personal pleasure that I present Sister Mary McCarthy, Principal of Mercy High School.
Sister Mary. Bishop Riley, Sister Judy, my colleagues, Brother James Kelly, brothers and faculty from Xavier, clergy, sisters, parents, friends, and graduates. First of all, let me say, you're not only groovy, you're magnificent. As I look out on you tonight, and as I see Sister Judy sitting here on the stage, I go back 30 years and remember Judy and me sitting at our own graduation from a high school which was not too different, Catholic and all girls. There were many similarities. We sat 200 strong, clad in white caps and gowns, in a crowded church, surrounded by parents and families, some members of whom could not attend because of the scarcity of tickets. But our ceremony was not videotaped. Brownie Instamatics were more the rage in that day. My sister was an usherette, and my brother was an altar boy. That was the 1960 equivalent of the handsome ushers we have here tonight. The faculty, most of whom were religious sisters in 1960, looked on proudly as your faculty does tonight. Although I'm sure that there are a few of those good sisters looking down from heaven tonight thinking, if those two are on stage doing what they're doing, then hope springs eternal. There were, of course, differences. In 1960, the career opportunities open to young women were limited compared to the number of career choices open to you and you're encouraged to pursue. We never had the great societal pressures that you as adolescents face today. But I don't think we would have sent out for pizza during our last lunch. Nor do I think if the principal had driven in as we were decorating for the last day of school at about 9 o'clock at night, we would never have gone up to her and say, "Sister, doesn't this look great?" We would have run for our lives. We never got detentions either for the cutoffs that we wore under our uniforms, because our uniforms came mid-calf. Your boxer shorts never made it. However, the basic elements of a sound Catholic education in 1960 remained the same in 1990. For this, you can be grateful to the Diocese of Norwich, to your teachers, and to your parents. The firm foundation in the faith, the academic preparation to face any challenge, the self-esteem and security of knowing who we were, the camaraderie and the lasting friendships developed, and the respect and appreciation for all human life. These were the legacies left to us in 1960. They are the same that you have received from your education here at Mercy. I believe that your beauty as a class lies in the fact that you hold these values to be sacred. You have struggled with them over the last 4 years, and I am confident that you will continue to act out of what you have learned here at Mercy. Through your active participation in liturgies and retreats, you have demonstrated that your relationship with Christ is real. The enthusiasm with which you reinstated the tradition of the May crowning, your gratitude for the last Mass that the juniors planned for you, and the reverence with which you joined in your baccalaureate Mass, told all of us what you valued as most important during your senior activity week. When you traveled to Washington for your class trip, you had an opportunity to join in the March for the Homeless and to take part in the last viewing of the AIDS quilt. For many of you, they were very moving experiences. You brought back memories that no other class has ever brought back. You also came back to face an encounter with the principal that no other class has ever had. But hard as that was on both sides, you emerged more mature, more sensitive, and more accountable. You were given a choice, and you came forward as leaders, never to look back. You were definitely the first class to tell me when I could leave the auditorium and when I would be allowed to return. And I must say, and I want you to believe that firmly, that I was never more proud of you than I was that day. The academic excellence for which we all strive has been recognized in your class. You've worked hard for 4 years. The number of you who have received scholarships and awards was outstanding. 97% going on for further education is exceptional. You have been accepted at excellent colleges, many of which are traditionally very difficult to get into. We have all known your compassion and your caring. Your work as leaders in the new TLC program set the tone for the future and guaranteed its existence for years to come. Your leadership in peer ministry, in SAD, and in the Peace and Justice Group was exemplary. You all completed your hours of service in the first year that service was required of all students. We have known your care and compassion in small ways as well. Your cheerfulness, your smiles. The hug at class night to say, "Thanks, sister, I really enjoyed being in your advisor group." The thank you note I received yesterday that said, "It's a tough job, but you do it great." And you've reached out in so many other ways to all of us, and you've reached out beyond the Mercy community. 30 years from now, when one of you is standing here in my place, and another one of you has just delivered the commencement address to the class of 2020, when I sit down there, maybe in my wheelchair, trying to figure out which graduates look like their mothers who graduated in 1990, and someone says to me, "Would you believe what the class of 1990 has accomplished?" I could honestly reply, "I'm not at all surprised," because they were always women of the Lord, women who laughed and danced and sang, women who wept, not because they lost something, but because they were given so much, women who struggled for justice, women who were faithful in prayer, women whom the Spirit continued to disturb, women who were warm-hearted with the capacity to accept and forgive all who belonged to the same flawed yet wondrous family, women who knew what it was to give life for life, women who strove to become as human as Jesus, women who were a sign that the good news had come, women who dreamed dreams and continued to make promises, to be always women of mercy. I know I speak for Mrs. Wheatley, Mrs. McClario, and the entire faculty and staff when I say congratulations and thank you. Take what you've learned. Take the power and the beauty of a Catholic education which has been grounded in mercy. Go with it and share it with others. Go as women of mercy. Go with our confidence, with our prayers, and most especially with our love. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Mary. The honor of formally bidding farewell to one's classmates is traditionally bestowed upon the senior who has achieved the highest academic average over the past 4 years. This year, the coveted honor of valedictorian has been awarded to Tina Marie Bongiorni. Tina is the daughter of Esther Bongiorni, who herself was a graduate of Mercy in the first graduating class of 1967. Tina won't remember this, I don't believe, but on her application for admission to Mercy, she wrote, in part, "I will enter new worlds and expand my knowledge. Mercy is the school for me." Looking over her record of achievements in the past 4 years, it's very clear that she was right. Tina is a 2-year member of the National Honor Society, a 2-year member of SAD, a 2-year member of the varsity tennis team. She has also participated in international club and given service as a student tutor. In her junior year, Tina was presented with both the Harvard Book Award and the St. Joseph College Book Award for outstanding academic performance. She was chosen to attend the Connecticut Junior Science and Humanities Symposium and the Connecticut Honors Seminar for Distinguished Students, both held at the University of Connecticut. Tina has received academic awards for excellence in mathematics, science, and language. At baccalaureate on Sunday, Tina received a Presidential Academic Fitness Award, the Mathematics Department Award, the William B. Oman Award for the highest average for 4 years of science. In September, Tina will attend the College of William and Mary in Virginia. It is with deep pride that I present to you this evening the valedictorian of the class of 1990, Tina Marie Bongiorni.
Bishop Riley, Sister Mary, Sister Judy Carey, Mercy High School staff, parents, friends, and classmates, good evening. As I fulfill my responsibility in bidding farewell for the class of 1990, I wish to relive with you a few of the memories of our past 4 years. Entering Mercy High School as freshmen, we were filled with apprehension. Do our socks stay up or down? Will we get a detention from someone who is watching every move we make? My worst nightmare became reality when the legendary Sister Eleanor marched me into room 202 because of my untucked shirt. Scared to tears, I shook nervously in front of a room filled with staring seniors while the terrifying sister filled out my pink slip. As freshmen, we searched for the man of our dreams at Mercy and Xavier Mixers. Unfortunately, I never found mine. We rushed at high speeds to get to class on time. When we could not open our lockers, we searched for someone who would not laugh at us when we asked for help. Sometimes, the Eds came to our rescue. As time passed, we began to relax. Our socks were pulled downward, and our skirts were shortened to rub against our knees rather than our ankles. We established meaningful friendships and grew together as a class. We began our second year at Mercy with an exciting class trip to New York City. As sophomores, we suffered the effects of neglecting our tree visits and biology journals until the night or early morning hours before the deadline. We realization that talking to our friends and passing notes sometimes was more important than getting to class on time. Our gym clothes remained unwashed for weeks at a time because we just did not bother to bring them home. Junior year, we cheerfully accepted our distinction as upperclassmen when we received our rings and yellow roses during the junior ring ceremony. We frantically searched for dates to the ring dance and junior prom. For some of us, the prom was full of pleasant memories. For others, not so pleasant. Yet together, we shared the good and survived the bad experiences, which strengthened our friendships. With the pressure of college applications and planning for the future, our senior year was frightening at times. Finally, we have come to understand that we have undergone tremendous growth during the past 4 years. Our teachers have become not only our educators, but our friends. Although they constantly gave us too much homework, they were a key factor in our advancement. It surprises me that now I can carry on a friendly conversation with Sister Eleanor without shaking. A few weeks ago, at our memorable senior prom, we began to sense that our time at Mercy High School was coming to a close. The excitement and joy of decorating the school and blasting our horns through the parking lot on the last day of classes was touched by sadness. The sadness deepened as we celebrated our last Mass with the entire Mercy community. Although our departure was understood, it was stressed that the security, values, and knowledge which we have experienced in the past 4 years would remain with us forever. As we watched next year's seniors fill our old seats in this auditorium, we saw that physically, we no longer belong to Mercy High School. Spiritually, we will always be attached to Mercy. As we turn to one another this evening, some of us will truly be saying goodbye, for we may never meet again. Some of the familiar faces of today will become hazy memories. Others we turn to will be our lifelong friends. While memories will linger, the years to come will bring brand new experiences. On behalf of the class of 1990, I wish to extend a sincere thank you and farewell to Sister Mary, to Mrs. Aclario, to all the members of the Mercy High School staff, to our supporting families and friends, and finally, to one another. Good evening, and the best for the future to all of you.
Thank you, Tina. That concludes our commencement exercises. Please remain seated until the procession of faculty and graduates has left the auditorium. You are invited to greet Bishop Riley and the graduates in the gymnasium following the ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you.